Yeah.
Good morning, good
Morning.
evening, good night. For us,
Wherever.
yes, the morning soul.
Yes. It's your boy.
I need you. Don't tell me I say that.
Long time we say that.
Yeah.
This how it used to be. And here is your other girl.
Yes, Abby.
Team members on the run. Look how we looking all here. I mean, we always innovative.
Yeah.
What's going on, Abby? Abby, yeah. So, like to see the ladies, man. It's the morning show. What time it is in England?
One
What time
o'clock.
it is? Lunchtime. Is it
Yeah.
tea time?
Not tea time.
Lunch,
It's
lunch.
Lunch. Oh my God. Hmm. How you feeling? With the vibes? We chilling.
Feeling good?
Morning show, earlier, we like to touch base. So look how we looking. We just want to take a look at how we looking today, this morning.
Yes.
Right, I even know that. Pick
All
up
right, so
what we have after this
well, it
morning.
have it have quite a few things up. The pandemic is
Yeah.
slowly going
Mhm.
away. Yes, and
It took me like a white
different
tide,
thing.
green tide out. It's like you're on the beach, right? And like
Yeah.
it have one wave of craziness and then a calm and then a
Mhm.
wave and like you're on the beach. Yeah. They go clear up the business too. Yeah.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
when I touch on proof of vaccination certificate, the QR code. So we know in technology time, yeah? Abby?
Yes, so yeah.
Abby, do you have any QR code implementations in England?
Yes, it have. Not many stores have it, but they do have some. In the coffee shops, I know for sure.
Nice,
All
nice.
right, all right.
Some of them might incentivize that and get some cash back and thing. Let me make sense. But they do something now. They let me incentivize it. Yeah? When people spend the money, they get back some money. Oh, God. Chika, let me touch that. Let me see how
Something.
this thing going. Let me see how this thing flexing. But before, I mean, as it's in the coffee shop, how does that work? Somebody is at the front scanning you or something? How that working?
Um, it's more like a track and trace system that they have.
Mm-hmm.
Before you purchase anything, when you walk in, go into the counter,
Right.
you have to scan this QR code
Right.
thing,
A
and
barcode
then
kind of
you have
thing.
to, yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
then you have to you know, I mean, your phone automatically have that bar scanner
Barcode on it
thing.
already. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's more like a track and trace,
Kind of.
in case
Yeah.
if you do get COVID in the store, that they can inform you. Something along that line.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could see that on the children, man. On want to run wild, I could track them. I like this track and trace thing. I could track you if you're running wild, and I could know if you're in school.
Why?
I want to know if you're in school, Jizan. It has some month. That's all there.
Shazan go live long.
I call it
Jazangle is
Jizan
very
name.
long.
Before I actually the backstage with the nose, they shiny. I'm looking at her right now on the backstage. She here, Jizan. And you want to know what them munchkin them doing? If they
Mm.
miserable like Jizan, look, she here, look, let me tell you, I am. She right
I got a bad voice. I can't even talk.
Yeah, you want a live whole week?
Mm-mm.
If you want a
And
live
it's
from
half
Monday?
term, so
Yeah,
it's
you
it's,
been
it's
like
it's
that
a whole
again.
week of
I'm
party.
in bed. I'm sick.
What was your birthday just went there? You built like that again. The other take a time and rest. Rest, party, rest, party.
Ooh.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
too much,
All the
too much,
voice
too much.
gone.
And she knows how to try it.
Don't
Right, let me see
don't
what's
go
going on
with
here.
that.
All provinces and territories have confirmed that they will be moving forward with a standardized national proof of vaccination.
Canada now has a national standardized proof of vaccination, and you may already have one. New proofs of vaccination issued in Ontario, Quebec, and several other provinces already have the Government of Canada mark in the corner, indicating that these are federally recognized documents.
We are very confident that this proof of vaccination certificate that will be federally approved, issued by the provinces with the health information for Canadians, is going to be accepted at destinations worldwide as proof of vaccination.
If your provincial proof of vaccination has this Canada logo in the corner, that means it's adhering to the Smart Health Card standard that Canada has joined. While provinces like BC, Alberta, and Manitoba aren't issuing these documents yet, the PM says they've agreed to join and will be issuing them soon.
Shortly after the time comes for Health Canada to approve those vaccines for pediatric use, we will receive millions of doses in Canada, enough to get all kids under between 5 and 11 vaccinated as quickly as possible.
But parents may be more excited by the news. Canada has bought 2.9 million Pfizer vaccines specifically for kids aged 5 to 11.
So it's the last group of people that are gathered together in a congregate setting that are unvaccinated.
Dr. Anna Banerjee says this will be a big step. Kids in that age bracket are the last group attending school without vaccines. And while schools have spent millions improving ventilation systems, it's not as effective as a vaccination program.
If you're having people together in a group setting, you can try to improve the ventilation as much as possible, but it's an indoor group setting with a bunch of kids. And so the vaccination is really critical.
In Ottawa, Shaoli Lee, City News.
Hi, C11. Yeah, so we seeing that, everything is a scan. Because right now here, the only thing that we have, of course, is the vaccination card to show us proof. And if it is we are going into, let's say, the gym where you're going to spend quite amount of time, maybe 3 hours, 4 hours, you have to make a copy of it. Plus, you need to walk with your vaccination card and your proof of ID. So they could match it and say, okay, it's really you that's vaccinated. Yeah, that's how we have to do it for now. Yeah. If you want to go to the resort or the hotel, you need to work with all those things. A copy and the ID. Mm-hmm.
You know what?
Along with the vaccination card.
They're making fake passports. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing they're charging £500 to do it. And they're giving you a number, a fake passport, and you vaccinate. You have been vaccinated. Somebody
are they fining? But are they fining persons for having fake vaccination passport?
For what I hear, the guy I spoke to the other day, he's saying that it's the proper stuff. It's on the registered. The person that they know doing it, it's registered. So I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah. So
well, here, they have fines for if it is you are caught with a false vaccination card. A card that was not given to you at whether it's the health center, the hospital, or any of the vaccination sites.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They are, because when it is they register the information in the system, the amount of doses given supposed to match up the amount of cards given out.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how they're doing this here, but there's Indians find way here in England to do stuff, dodgy stuff like this.
Well, even here they find ways, and it's like, how are you going to know?
Yeah, and people who know that there's a lot of people haven't been vaccinated and they paid for it and they got it and they're working and doing everything. Yeah, they got it. Yeah.
And it's only the people on the inside. I would say only the insiders, the doctors who have access to, and the clerks or whoever they have access, they are the only ones who will be able to falsify those.
Yeah, exactly.
Like really and truly. Not somebody on the street normal walking about minding their own business.
No,
It will be
no.
very hard for them to do that.
To do that,
Very
yep.
hard. Because they need to get the stamp. That's the next thing.
Yeah, the stamp
That
as well. To
stamp.
get the stamp as well on the card, obviously, that you went to the center and got vaccinated, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a big thing. I think annually, see, well, in Canada, they already purchased the doses 2.9
Wow.
million.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm
For the
shocked.
5
Wow.
to 11-year-old, they're not playing. And I think it have some countries, they are, more open to the whole vaccination drive, while there are other countries that are not so open to it. There's a lot of hesitancy in taking the vaccine. Yeah,
Yeah.
there is a lot of hesitancy still in some places. So while we're thinking, okay, people hesitant here, I think in other countries that the hesitancy is much greater. I mean, like for us here in Trinidad and Tobago, a lot of parents kind of like skeptical. They say, okay, even though some of them took it, they don't want to give it to their children. And then they have those, they are not taking it. So if they are not taking it, their child isn't taking it. And some parents are actually, they're allowing their child to make their decision in whether they take the vaccine or not.
Mm.
Some parents, having that conversation, asking them if they are comfortable with it, what they want to do. So, I mean, it's not you
Wow.
live under my roof, so you'll do as I say. So, Abby,
Yeah.
when saying so, your son and
Oh,
daughter,
no.
what
Oh, they
what
You
like this
know,
decision?
baccarat. Oh, they like this baccarat.
unfortunately,
Speak of yourself, Jazan, about the ladies' night because
We
Which
ain't talked
lady?
to Jason. We ain't talked to Jason
have
about
you
that
been
as yet.
mentioned to Jazan about the ladies' night? That might be
Which,
up her alley.
when is the
It
ladies'
will
night?
definitely
no,
be upper
I did
alley.
it.
Let me touch you,
We
ladies.
just
I was see Jazan jumping off that cliff.
yeah about that.
It could be.
Yeah, that cliff high to jump in.
Have you could jump off that cliff and get any two-piece and fries?
I wouldn't even risk it.
Oh God, these Caucasian women are very fearless, I must say. They do some stuff that we ain't doing.
I'm not into that.
You're talking about the school reform or the reopening in Trinidad, so we could touch that. Because
Well,
our
yeah,
minister spoke about that, and you
but
can't
we
teach
could
me.
touch the protest first,
It have
and then
protests?
Yeah,
yes, protest first, and
You
then
ready?
we'll touch the
We can
Minister
shove
of
it back for
Education.
me. We move in it. We can shove it back for. Hold on. We can-
would not have online classes for 4, 5, and 6.
They have, it is very difficult to get internet service to all these classrooms. As it is right now, we are begging the ministry at least to give our children streaming.
But again, we don't even know what's going on because
There has been no decision with respect to SBAs. Time is against our kids. My daughter is in Form 5, a science student. When is she going to start doing these SBAs that are necessary? It means to say, if the ministry continues with this, all our children are going to fail their exam. My daughter is not taking the vaccine. That is her choice, and I am supporting that.
Any man,
Mm-hmm.
and he was straight with it. Yeah, and I mean, COVID really put a lot of students in a position where it is they weren't able to go out there and get their labs done, well, their SBAs done. So it have some things that you really have to go in school, in person to get done. Some make it get done at home, some may not require that, physical activity in a lab, or even when some persons are doing like woodworking and anything with machinery, they won't be able to do that at home because they don't have the materials and the whatever it is they need to get it done. Yeah, whether it's doing physics and biology and chemistry. You ain't have that in your house unless you're mixing toilet bowl cleaner and bleach and doing your own experiment, right? But
Yeah.
it is and by the way, you all don't ever do that, right? But it is, very tough on these students. It's very tough, very, very tough. And that is where we will, go to the Ministry of Education. They had a press conference, like maybe 2 days after, concerning the matter of Form 4 to 6s, going back out to school, because for the past 2 weeks, it would have only been the vaccinated
You can't
going
please
out to
me.
school.
First to begin with, I can't please everybody. Let me
No.
start with this thing. We cannot listen up. It's hard to please everybody. It's hard to please the masses now. Everybody's so diverse. You want your child to come out to do the labs at school. You don't want her to have the vaccination. So you want everybody to mix and mingle and she come back home coughing. And then you say the school kill your child. Right? I can't please you. I didn't our government is not forcing anyone. You understand? I have to be proud to say that. Our government has made it very, I have to, yes, it has certain areas where they have a little squeeze, but they have not forced or mandated that the population, even the children, it is still a choice. Right? Now, if you're choosing to stand, all right, nobody here forcing in the island enough. But let me just say, she got all the while to do she lab. And she get up in that problem. Who fault is that, Abby? Because then you're saying you don't want the homeschool. So I can't please them. Imagine the government make, all right, you want to stay home? All right, we have teachers teaching you home. It's nice and trini, You understand? You're getting your
I
homeschool,
agree.
you're getting your
I
online.
agree.
But you can't tell me no, let she come out. Right? It's hard. The government, they putting the government in a very strange situation. So now you will have
I agree with that because they're saying one thing. Okay, you want to try to homeschool, you don't want them to vaccinate. You have a choice. But
yeah.
you come again saying that they don't
You
want them to
want
have the
to
vaccine. So you
school, come
confuse. So
on.
They
really,
want
what
to
do
fail.
you want?
They want to fail the exam, and they will fail if
They
it is
want
they
Yeah,
don't
so
get
let
but
me
the
be
take
thing.
the vaccine.
honest.
Let's take the
Yeah.
vaccine then, innit? I will be like, okay, I don't want my child. You'll have to homeschool after the way.
Yeah.
You have
Okay.
to.
So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
my point is,
exactly.
Abby, if you have the option and our government give you the option up to this day, so they have the option, right? You don't want the child to vaccinate, well, the child has to stay home and go to school. Now you want
Right.
me, now you're protesting, she can't do no lab. So,
You
where
can't
you
win.
want, right?
So
So now
I
it's the
get that.
onus is on you know if anything happens. Because that's the big point. This is what we're going to look at what our Minister of Education is going to say here now. So we're going to get it here.
Feedback from all stakeholders, the results of the CXC examinations, the student vaccination and attendance trends, as well as the national COVID-19 infection data over the last 2 weeks. The following decisions have therefore been taken to guide the operations of secondary schools for the duration of Term 1, 2021-22. 1. All students of Forms 4 to 6 or equivalent, regardless of vaccination status, are required to attend school physically for teaching classes, practicals, and school-based assessments from Monday, 25th October 2021. 2. Schools are not required to provide online classes or synchronous sessions for students of Forms 4 to 6 or equivalent in lieu of student attendance at physical classes. All students are expected to attend school physically. 3. Schools are required to place special focus on the completion of practicals and school-based assessments for students of Forms 4 to 6 at this time. 4. Students at special schools, along with their support staff, are allowed to attend school physically according to suitable rotational schedules devised by principals. 5. Students of Forms 1 to 3 or equivalent are required to remain engaged in remote learning. Unless otherwise advised, these students will return to the physical classroom in January 2022, which is term 2 of academic year 2021-22. 6. Principals may request permission from the Ministry of Education to have their Forms 1 to 3 students physically visit the school for orientation exercises during term 1 if required. ECCE centers, primary schools, and tertiary level teaching classes will continue to operate remotely at this time.
Yes. So from Monday, 25th, Form 4s to 6s, they will be outside. It have no blended learning or anything like that. Everybody outside, vaccinated or not, you're outside. And that is what it is. Now, when it says they announce this, mind you, as you say, you can't please everybody, right? What about school uniform? They should organize free transport.
Take way again. Because
Yes.
you're complaining, you're protesting. So no. Go to school. I try to be good. Remember, I try to facilitate all you go on there protesting about lab. We give all the option. Yes, sir. We enforce all you. Right? We enforce all you. We push that down on your throat. We in Trinidad still. We're not in the States. Right? We can run me little shoe B. Yeah, sir. We can handle ourselves. They're going all the while. So now, whether your child vaccinated or not, report to school Monday morning.
Monday morning.
Cool.
And you look for that,
Right.
Abby? And you look for that? And you look for that, right?
Yeah,
You
I
look
agree.
for that, you look for that, you look for that. So don't vex. Don't vex now.
So if the child come home sick,
That's your fault.
and now it's flu season. You know, they say the flu season is, quickly approaching us. So it's flu.
Yeah.
So it's flu plus COVID plus a lot of children that are unvaccinated out there.
Yeah. So I mean, I applaud the government because looking at governments around the world and how they're dealing with things, I find they're looking good. They gave the citizens a choice. It had things where they had to be very serious on, we understand. But it wasn't this kind of mandated with the stick kind of thing. The country, our government did have a good job. But at some point, they had to use common sense. Right? They had the option for homeschooling. If they're not taking the vaccine, take that and cool it. Understand? Nobody forcing the child. Yeah, come on now. Let me be a little more sensible. Right? Look where your cause now. So now the teachers themselves, all right, send them.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. Abby, what you think? What's your view?
Well, they better boost the immune system and pray to God that they ain't get sick.
Yeah, because we give you the option to homeschool and you're going wild. You're going wild. So now.
So discrimination.
Come
why
on.
it is only the
Everybody
vaccinated
mixed up
outside.
we talking about discrimination.
But I mean, even in public transport, People still eyeing, and they don't understand that 75% capacity, there's going to be someone who will have to sit next to someone else in a maxi
Well,
without
good
that
thing we
space
have
in
no
between.
train. We have no train here. If we have the shop done train, where do?
You
I mean,
understand?
you have to have some practical, yes. Nobody
Yes,
in
I
force
agree.
here. You're in a country where nobody is jumping on. If you sit down certain things, they go squeeze you a little bit. Nobody here jump down your throat with your children. You're still in a kind of free country. And look where you're going now now you're making things bad.
Well, you have to deal with the consequences, isn't it? That's all.
Yes, the experts or the ones, well, the thing is when they go out to school, they will continue the school freedom program. They're
Well,
going
we
to
have,
collect data to see how many persons who need transportation, right? And in this week here, they will see who need that free trans. But once it is you in your school uniform, you could just jump on the bus, Make sure,
they can jump on the bus for free.
jump on the bus.
Okay.
Yeah, for the uniform, you can jump on the
Yeah.
bus and reach the school for free.
For free.
Right?
Pensioners, persons with
Only
disabilities,
pensioners who collecting
they
pension,
get on the bus for
they
free.
go for free. You can travel on any public transportation for free. Any boat,
Free.
right? So my point, Thailand again, look how nice you have it. Look how nice.
Wow.
That taxpayers' money. You could say, all right, taxpayers. Yeah, look, my child could imagine your child in a situation where you're impoverished and you know your child could just jump on a bus and reach home. That is rare. People, we rarely just, I don't know.
Yeah, and plus the bus is even cheaper because persons were talking about that because some taxi drivers who wanted to raise the fare, or they said that they will be like by $5 something and not $1.
Yeah.
$5. And the PTSD did, they made an ad. You could pay, let us say, $2 to go, $2 to go back.
Yeah, so our public transportation actually serves the people. It is created to serve the people. It serves the people. It exists for the people. So when people say Trinidad bad, we ain't talking about the good. I sure real people don't even know that wrong the word. You understand?
Wow.
That your child in a uniform travels for free in public transportation. No one knows this. Because we don't go on Facebook and bawl and scream about it. You only hear the bad. You understand?
Yeah.
So that is what it is. So now the thing is risk. Because now you was keeping a child home because you didn't want to risk, right? So you don't know what you're saying. You're saying you're keeping a child home to protect your child, but then you want your child to go to do the SBA or to do the lab amongst children. The reason why I was homeschooling is to manage the risk of the child coming into contact with too many people. You had the option. Look, now you had to take the risk.
Now you have to
Oh,
take the risk.
You're forced
You have no option now.
Yeah.
But no option happening. So
only in person schooling for Form 4.
Let me touch the iron curtain. Now you know who is the iron curtain? I seen. So when Jizan still partying, it happened.
I'm not partying this weekend.
This weekend.
Well, you're unable to, you mean? You're unable to party this.
I gave Virgin arrest.
Arrest is 1 week? Where's arrested you?
No, but just on the last Friday party.
Yeah, but
it's only because
where's arrested Jizan book?
1 month. 1 month.
We checking from now.
Jizan.
As a matter of fact, when they get better, then we check in the month. So from next week.
Jizan. You have to manage your risk with the party. You have to manage your risk in your health as opposed to, come on, man.
No, I'm not risk. That's life in it. Gotta risk life in it.
Hey, Jizan is sad. You see why you are code the track, Jizan, and
I'll be jumping on a plane next. That's the next risk.
Don't play coming with that vibes over here, No way. You had to come when place open to line. If you had to wait to line back here.
I won't be lying, I'll be staying home.
You go and stay at a hotel somewhere. You go and stay at a resort.
No, I'm staying with my mom. I got my mom there, so I'm staying with my mom.
So let me see what Moscow looking like, the Iron Curtain, Mother Russia. Bacchanal in Russia,
Moscow going back under lockdown. Schools, gyms, non-essential stores, they'll all be closed for 11 days starting next week. Restaurants will only be open for takeout. It's the strictest set of restrictions to roll out in the city in well over a year. And the announcement coming Thursday, just as Russia reports its highest daily number of coronavirus deaths and infections since the start of the pandemic. On Wednesday, Russian President Vladimir Putin approved a nationwide week-long workplace shutdown. That kicks off at the end of the month. And an even more extreme measure unveiled this week by Moscow's mayor, who's ordered all unvaccinated residents over 60 to stay home, except for a little outdoor exercise, for 4 months, until late February. The Kremlin has blamed the spike in infections on a slow vaccination campaign. Only a third of the country is fully vaccinated. Take-up has been slow, even though Russia was quick to launch its own Sputnik V vaccine. Many Russians citing distrust of authorities and fear of new medical products. Low vaccination rates in a number of neighboring countries and other Eastern European nations believed to be driving up COVID cases and deaths to record highs. Reuters reports Bulgaria, the EU's poorest state, is suffering the world's third highest COVID-19 death rate. There, just 1 adult in 4 is fully vaccinated. And another update out of Russia. Isolated cases of a subvariant of Delta have been detected there. It's the same one that's also been found in the UK, where scientists say it may be slightly more transmissible. Still a lot of unknowns. British officials saying this week they are monitoring that subvariant closely. Melissa Duggan, City News.
So yes, lockdown. So while it is reopening in Russia, Moscow, they are now going under another lockdown because their cases are rising and their deaths are also on a rise due to COVID-19. And we see that there's
as well.
who's on a lockdown?
No, I have rumors that we might go in lockdown for the
Well,
winter.
they're saying that
Uh-huh.
we're going to have a third wave here, but people don't realize it will be coming soon, and but we're going to lock down for Christmas.
Oh, for Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, that time of the year. Wow.
But there's a third wave coming. At the moment, the deaths went up on Monday till now, and the cases are rising. So they're going to have that impact soon, that they're going to be a lockdown here soon.
But Josanne, you had to get in your party before.
Probably that's why.
Because if you hear any news coming, some people, and that's what
I believe
Trinbagonians did,
yeah,
when they say that, okay, we are going to close the beaches, everybody, people who don't normally go to the beach will go out there and the place just crowded. And well, the beaches, they are definitely leaving that for last. Because from November is the 1st or the 3rd, persons who are vaccinated, they will be able to drink alcoholic beverages at the bars. You know, it's gonna be a little bit more freedom. Yeah, a little more freedom. Next, 1 week again to go. And it will come right on the heels because we have Diwali coming up. So it will be right off the heels of that. So, you know, it is working in some person's favor. Yes. Some favor. Yes, so they'll be able to. You like parasad?
I haven't eaten that in such a long time. I can't remember what it tastes like.
It's really nice. I make it all the time.
You just make it?
Yep.
My goodness, girl.
Yep.
I can't remember what it tastes like.
Well, I make it and I'll tell you, it's like lush.
Well, we're making it for
right, so you
Halloween
know, You know where
Don't
to get a
worry.
parasite.
Yes,
Yeah,
All this time, and Abby didn't even
I
know.
didn't know.
she had
I
doubles
just
last week. I made doubles last week for her.
I know she do the pylori and she do
Papa,
doubles,
you.
but I did never know she could have done the parasite
Yes, you know my
part.
That you see,
husband.
and you see, Abby, that's why, as we spoke about the interracial relationship, if you
Yes.
know those things won't pass down to Jazan, then you won't
Shizan
be able to
granny
have.
is Indian, innit? And Shizan,
Yeah.
your granny, and she's Indian.
Yeah, my mom, my grandmother is Indian. Yeah. Yep, my granny.
So the things will pass down.
Yes.
Yes. So
Yeah.
we see what's happening around the world. It's countries going back under lockdown. Well, we still have, the curfew was extended just to 10 o'clock. Before it was 9 o'clock. Now
Yeah.
10 o'clock, you need to be inside. So we looking to see if it is, they're going to remove the curfew. We don't know how long it's going to be in place, but that's what it is you can work with for now. The road is busy already, even though everybody is not outside. It is busy. Then the traffic is back because places are opening. Yeah.
And as I said before, Vladimir, listen, we know Russia, buddy. Mother Russia, boy. Well,
Hmm.
yeah, careful,
Lockdown in the skin.
Boris
Lockdown.
coming soon with lockdown here. Boris will be soon.
Well, careful, Russia, Careful. Like big fellas, like tiny mites,
Hmm.
like superpowers, So, but boy, we don't sit there and say, well, they gotta take a choke for we for the thing to happen again. All there's the story.
Boy.
There's the story. So careful.
And with the cases and the death toll going up the road. Mm-mm.
So I have heard that they're stopping some of the benefits that they were giving businesses and salary relief and stuff in Canada, yeah, Chica.
Yeah.
So they had some girls, so the free money was keeping people afloat. I always had to go back to the money, I mean, no me. I going back to the dollar
Yeah,
sign.
over here too, they call it the furlough scheme.
What made
They're
this?
cutting that as well.
Yeah, because what made this? We not the Great Depression, just we not feeling it because of the free money. Let me think about this. If it didn't have the free money, where we at? The reason why people would still getting paid, we talking about public servants, everybody. We're not just talking about businesses and retail. We're talking public
Everybody.
servants. It's this month the United States have to raise the debt ceiling. They have to raise the debt ceiling because it might be that November they can't pay the only we understand what's going on. Imagine the United States had to raise the debt ceiling because they cannot pay the police, fire, military, government workers. Our people understand.
Well, yeah, remember a lot of private business has also shut down.
But this is the only reason why we still not taking is because of the money printing, is because of the free money that existed, And that is to pay everybody who's still working, That is what propping up the society. Otherwise, all that we line up somewhere by some soup kitchen somewhere. Also, let's see how much cheekbone. Let's see. And she
Yes.
also, I lose our 2 pounds. When I look at it, I say, Abby.
A little hard time and go, a little separation is good
little
for the
separation,
soul. So I wouldn't mind, yeah.
Ika, what you think? I mean,
it really did help with all these salary reliefs and the different grants and even people giving out hampers.
My grandmother
That really.
Yeah, my grandmother said, back in my day, where they didn't have, it didn't have no food stamp, salary relief, rental. I said, where she said, where this come from? It's like in them days when it had a pandemic and no money, it's gone. It didn't have no food coming and hampers. And what is the it foreign If it don't have, it don't have. And I think it could be a bad and a good chica because it teaches people to be dependent on the government and not on your own wits to survive.
Yeah.
You know, long time you make a garden, so you know you're selling your thing by this and that. This one selling chicken, this one selling.
Who
So
might be
we
battering?
commerce by
Yeah.
force. We learn to survive without depending on a handout. That country, that
Yeah.
we go. That is how we learn when we know how to make a garden and we could sell this and we part of that. It take away the ingenuity because
That's
now
Yeah.
we
right.
could just, yeah, we could just depend on a check. Think about it.
No. Yeah, because I had always even studying about that. Like, if I do want to start a garden due to the four seasons, it
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't. So they, back in the days, they used to
Mm-hmm.
depend on pickling their garden stuff. I
Yes.
knows nothing about pickling, you
Yes.
know,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
vinegar and all them stuff as a diet
Mm-hmm.
for 6 months. I don't think so.
Yeah. Oh God, don't say that. She can. She can. Just not imagine. No Uber Eats. Oh my God, what's going on? Although we spoiled beyond belief. I am being really honest with them.
Trust,
We
trust.
don't understand how spoiled this is the spoiledest of humanity that ever exists in history.
It
We don't
is.
know about hard time. We think in the hard time. I tell a chicken and I say, oh, no, this is not hard time, you know. Imagine you coming home from work with bags of food, people dropping off. It's like food meet in your home.
Mm. You don't have to get out the couch. Just
Yeah,
open the door and food is
yeah, yeah.
there.
So I mean, we
It
really
is.
need to. I don't even thankful or grateful. I think we need to get back as a grateful kind of vibration
Yeah.
and
Attitude. Yeah.
attitude
That,
because I don't think we could have survived in the days when there's a soup kitchen and nothing is a bread and I don't think we'd have lived. We'd have
Yeah.
plenty of would have committed suicide. We're too spoiled. We are custom things meeting us. Just that and we know, yeah.
yes, 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 I agree.
Yeah. Agree. Let me hear going at the party. Let me jump on a plane.
And I'm coming on a plane next.
Yeah.
Yes, she's
Yeah. So
planning
let
to
me hear
come
it. Let
home.
me hear what it.
The Canada Worker Lockdown Benefit would
Yes, yes.
provide $300 a week to workers who are subject to a lockdown, including those who are ineligible for employment insurance.
Ottawa scaling back financial supports for Canadians and businesses impacted by the pandemic. The Canada Recovery Benefit will expire this Saturday and be replaced by a program meant for workers facing local lockdowns.
We estimate the total cost of these measures from October 24th through to May 7th of next year will be $7.4 billion.
The new Canada Worker Lockdown Benefit will run until May 7th, 2022. The CRB, which replaced the Canada Emergency Response Benefit, provided workers who lost 50% of their income because of COVID up to $500 a week. Freeland also announcing a rollback of supports for businesses impacted by the pandemic. The Canada Emergency Wage Subsidy and Rent Subsidy will also be expiring this weekend, replaced with a new program.
The hardest hit business recovery program will be available to employers who can show they have faced deep and enduring losses and will provide support through the wage and rent subsidy programs.
That program will be accompanied by another new support for the tourism industry, the Tourism and Hospitality Recovery Program. Ottawa, again, focusing on the possibility of local lockdowns in return for support.
For those businesses that face temporary local lockdowns, we will make the wage and rent subsidy available up to the maximum amount for the duration of the local lockdown.
But not everyone is confident in the new measures.
Only 40% of small businesses are generating normal revenues.
The rent subsidy and lockdown supports have helped more than 210,000 organizations, more than $6.8 billion in support.
Setting up limits or thresholds such as, revenue loss of 40 or 50% will leave many businesses without support.
The Fed's also announcing they will be extending the Canada Recovery Sickness Benefit and Caregiving Benefit until May 7th, 2022. In Ottawa, Nigel Newlove, City News.
So So, I mean, there's a support system in place in the event that there's a lockdown, right? However, all those other benefits that they were receiving is no longer there, right? So,
I look for a Canada passport. I mean, the other guy have an England passport. The other guy, we don't need that. The guy have England passport. I feel, what's not going on, man? I want to go where all the money there. You had money, Jerry, for being home.
and they until next year, no.
Well, listen, you see that with the street I do with the video with UBI? That is what it is. That is universal basic income. The government, think about this, Abby. If the government could I give you money when we don't have? Why don't give you that?
No, it's true. No, it's true. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, you see that UBI? That's why I said that would have the shit when you do with universal basic income. That this is how they would coax us into it, right? And we will take it. Abby, if I tell Abby, okay, Abby, I understand you have dreams, and you know what? I give me this food, man, for this thing. And you know what? I am going to pay you what you work for, and you could just go have the dreams that you want to have and do the things you want to do, and you get your time back. You see, I said, Abby, I just said, I said, Abby, you get there. Listen, here we go, anybody working for minimum wage are paying more than minimum wage for you to stay home. Go see your dreams, I'll pay you every month. You don't have to go back by that store, you don't have to go back by that job, you don't have to go back there. You're taking it. It has nobody.
Of course.
No. It has something similar like that here.
That is UBI. That is universal basic income. Because at the end of the day, if you lose it, they're just using COVID. Okay, you lose your job to COVID. Yeah. We have some things in place to keep you afloat. And I rub your back and I put you on my shoulder and I burp you. Come, baby. Come.
I mean, it would have been that nice if it was like that, but
I mean, if you go on it now in COVID, look at so much people foreclosed in 2008, 2009. Look how much people lost their house. Listen, look how much people lose their house in 2008, 2009.
Oh, right.
Look how much people default on their mortgage. You telling me, oh, look at that, give me money for rental assistance? No, virus.
Right.
But you couldn't give me money to stay in my own house with my children in 2008, 2009.
All right.
The house in bubble, because we just forget.
Yeah.
Look how much foreclosures, England, New York, everywhere foreclosure like that. Everybody foreclosure, the bank do so, take back all the real estate, and the government do so, and pay them for all them rubbish, right? The rubbish asset, and everybody homeless and had to go back and rent.
Yeah.
If I could get rental assistance, no. What made the virus different to when I was losing my home? I was paying all the time, and the foreclosed. Why I could not give me money to that? Because no, you see, if I do that, I give you freedom, Abby. You see, if I did give you the money to pay the mortgage, you can go get another house, rent out that one, and you'd be financially free. But in COVID, you're financially dependent. So now I will get the money.
Right, I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
But then, that may be dependent on the government, in it. So if they decide to slit your throat,
they slit your throat.
Exactly.
Yeah, so people at 11 o'clock today, we have what you're cooking. And then at 5:30, we have the effects of COVID-19 on the family. That's our, Saturday run. Yeah, so you'll know what you're cooking. We will, look at some foods. We have to talk about some food today, right? And of course, we know how that section is run. Real trouble. And expect to see a girl who come out with Congo girl, right? So look out for that Special, yes. Special, yes. Special guest.
Where's Mike, guys? Where's Mike?
I can't answer that question for you. Yes.
Okay.
We're missing him.
I can't answer, unfortunately. I really
Put
can't
it like this,
answer.
you know, you see, life is like a river. Yes, life is like a river, right? This is actually. But we still have to try it on, yeah? Yeah, I mean,
Of course.
we had to
I
press
agree.
on, yeah? That's how it goes. So, Chica, hey, you talking, hey, you have a big artist? Oh, yeah, artist
Well,
on this
I
too.
want to know who is
I
that.
want to
Yes,
know
I'm
who,
a
I want to know who is this artist.
You have a big artist. Go get.
It's a young artist.
You know,
Okay,
I
it's
should have had
a
I should have
young,
had some video to
a
play for them
young
to see.
artist.
We don't have a video here. We will
No.
upload the video and we will run the video and thing to start the show when 11. So, and she have a video, yeah, she have a video.
Not as yet. The music video still has to come out.
What was doing?
She was working on it. Working on it.
Okay.
Work in progress.
Because
It's a young,
and then a cappella. Cappella to the
young
cake.
artist.
I'm a bit confused now. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. Is that a young artist and she
No,
has
it's
some
a
music?
young. She's young. Yeah.
She's a young artist and she has some music. So you say, come and do a little thing and you know the thing go, you know, we like to put people in front, like to put people on blast. And you know that hot questions for Abby and Giselle.
Why me? Give it to Jizan. She's a streetwise one.
Streetwise. That's the term you use.
Streetwise.
So at 11, we
Pick up
already
something. Yeah, pick up something.
Anything.
Hey, we should have showed that video. Haha.
Oh,
It's at a different pick up something, anything.
nah,
Let
that
me
video,
tell
I
you.
should that.
I
We gotta
will,
get some
I
new
will,
ones.
I
God.
shall forward it to you all.
We'll see you all at 11.
Yes,
Yes.
see you all at 11.
Yeah, hopefully. Very easy.